Right, guys, first and foremost, let's just explain where we're at. We're obviously at King's Gym, we're in the naughty corner. Everything's all over the place at the minute, I'm not going to lie. The last week, I've been addicted to playing games till really late hours. I'm going to say that now. So any of you that have been following on my Instagram probably noticed I've been playing on Twitch. So my body clock is out of sync. I'm knackered because I've been staying up too late playing games. Bodybuilding hasn't taken a backseat, but obviously after this year being so busy and everything going so well, I've kind of given myself a little bit of a reward and a little break from feeling the stresses of bodybuilding. Don't get me wrong, with that being said, like everything's been done perfectly. Everything that we're told to do, everything that Patrick has said do is being done. Just not stressing, I'm in a really relaxed mode. So even today, like, we're training back today. You guys probably expect every time I come in to like have this really regimented plan of what we're gonna do in place. And you expect me to tell you on the channel, guys, this is what you need to do if you want to be a champion and all this crap. There's a time and there's a place. So the purpose of this video really more so is to explain, you know, the other side of the coin, which is for every time you manage to achieve something, you deserve to give yourself a little bit of respite. Obviously the last few videos have kind of shown a little bit of that, but this is just me re-emphasizing how important it is to do that. And we're now at the beginning of December, we're like a week into December, and things are going to start kicking off around, you know, the beginning of January, to be honest. So there's not a lot of time left to be relaxed. So we're trying to soak it up as much as we can, because once the gun goes off, we're really going to be pushing really hard. And obviously we want to be better than we were last year, which is actually this year, sorry. And the only way that's going to happen is by working even harder than this year. And for that to be the case, I have to have a certain amount of respite at the end of the year in order to be able to go forward. So, Louis, you know where we're at. It's pretty chilled, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very chilled at the moment. Just coming into the workouts and just experimenting with different exercises as well, because I must admit, usually when we're on a prep, we do kind of stick to like similar exercise selection.
Yep.
But this is the time we spend experimenting with different exercises and find what we like and what feels best, and then we can move forward with them.
Definitely. So yeah, it's not as it's just not as, like, you know, it's tight, but it's not as tight. We're in this kind of mode where if we come in and we look at a certain piece of equipment that isn't normally in the plan and we fancy using it, this is the time to say let's use it today. And like Louis says with that, sometimes you come away finding something that's actually better for you. So it could be whether it could be a movement, or it could be the order you do the exercises, even it could be the order of which you train. So the last few weeks I've had some, let's say, obligations to train things on certain days with certain people, and it's kind of changed our split a little bit. So even like having a slightly different split, we've been able to monitor whether that suits us more or not. I would say it hasn't, so that's good. So it's kind of confirmed that the split we did have is the ideal split. So it means that we can just resume straight away with what we were doing, which is obviously Patrick's plan. A little update, what we are actually going to be doing as well, Patrick's going to be writing our new training for the new year. And with that, he's going to have a look at Louis. Louis is coached by Justin Compton, but he's happy to let the training be done by Patrick, because obviously we're training together. So he's going to have a look at Louis' training needs and my training needs. There's going to be a plan that's going to be very similar, with extensions on top in order to deal with our weaknesses. So whether I have to do a little bit more frequency on a certain body part versus Louis, that will fit around the spine of the training plan. That means that we don't have to not train together, we can train together and then do the things that we need to do thereafter on the same days. So interesting times ahead. There's a lot to look forward to in the next few weeks. Right now it's just about continually doing what we're doing right now, being relaxed and just enjoying the company of everyone being back in the gym, and just like enjoying the fact that we're not in lockdown no more, because it's been a bit of a tough time for most people. So yeah, that's me blabbering on. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say before we train.
Good.
Alright man, we're going to do back today, like I say. Traditional kind of setup. We're going to start working with our kind of row movements first, and then we'll move on to some like lat movements, and then some erectors. So basically start from the top, work our way down. There is some order to it, but what exercises we choose, it doesn't really matter. We'll have some fun as we go. If there's anything I need to say, obviously as always, I'll blabber on and give you some insight to that. But yeah, that's it. Nice to have you guys back again for another week with us, and let's go train some back. Always a good way to start the workout. wants to do a little bit of Olympia talk while we're here actually. I'm very excited for Olympia. I made a comment on a post yesterday about Hunter Labrada. I feel like, tell me if you agree with me, Louis. I feel like Hunter is the hungriest person for this Olympia.
Yeah, he wants it.
There's just something, there's an aura that he's giving off in his preparation, and all year he's given this off, that I can really resonate with and I can feel more so than anyone else. And I can't help but be, I've got an announcement. Once I'm sober, I'll continue. I can't help but be drawn towards that energy that he's got, and I really think it's going to pay off. There's a confidence there, there's a belief there, and there's a work rate there that I just feel like everyone else works hard, don't get me wrong. But Hunter just seems, the planets have aligned. So I'm going to make this like prediction now, and this might sound crazy, but I think Hunter could be pushing for a top 3 spot. Say that now, and we'll see what happens. All right, top 3. He's last year's, I feel like Hunter could be last year's Huddy Japan. He's the people's champ. So Hunter, if you watch this, remember, be kind. When Hunter posted that picture of the front double bicep, I was like, yeah man, that geezer ain't messing about. So I've been told on a few occasions now to hold back on my training. There's been a few sets, hasn't there, that Patrick had a go at me a few times because I've pushed a little bit too hard on certain movements. So right now I really have got to not train how I can, and it's really hard to do. So if you guys see me training too hard, comment below the video and tell me to calm down, because otherwise I get told off by Coach Patrick. The time to train hard will come, it'll be there soon. Beautiful. Yeah, straight.
I like that belt, that pull-out.
Yeah. I feel like it doesn't move as much. So all you're trying to do on this movement, guys, is you're just thinking about a pullover. How would you drive your elbows on a pullover? Literally, you would just push them down and through. Keep your body locked. Okay. It's the whole Dorian Yates kind of approach. The one movement that really can take your lat through its full range of motion is this, because obviously when your elbow's up here and your lat's here, you drive the elbow down and through. That whole 180, that's the most range you can get on a lat. So that's why this is such a great exercise to do first. It will really warm the lats up, but it also works them and helps them develop as well. It's nice, just that little purposeful hunch. Yeah. Feels so good. Do a couple more on there. This one we don't really count the sets because it's our warm-up, so we just increase the weight till it gets kind of difficult for about 10 to 12 reps. You'll notice when you do this movement, you'll get very warm around just this whole area.
It's burning,
yeah.
Same way.
Yes, please. Probably the last one, actually, to be fair. Really, the only thing I can really run through in terms of like topic today in my head is what do I expect of myself next year? And I've kind of said it a few times already, and it sounds like I'm trying to reach really far, but I want to go into the next Olympia being able to place in that top 6, which probably 80% of people watch this video and go, you're fucking nuts. But if I was to say at the beginning of this year that I want to win 2 pro shows, I think everyone would have said the same. So the belief's there, especially within the team. So the goal really right now is a top 6. And like I say, if I can scratch 6th, I'll be amazing. I feel great. And listen, I'm not saying it's not an achievement to get 8th, 10th, 12th, 14th. I just got really high expectancies of myself. And even if I didn't land 6th first time round, those expectancies of myself means that I will get there at some point, because I know I will, because I know what I'm like. So that's the mindset you have to have, that's the ambition you have to have. Obviously my first year as a pro, I wanted to win. Did I win? No. but I aim to win, and eventually you do. So that mindset will never change, and that's obviously the objective. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna do some pull-ups. Yeah, wide grip pull-ups. Again, if I'm honest with you right now, reason being, because we fancy it. Today we'll just do movements and then we kind of tick off what we've done. So it's like, if exercise 1 works the lats a lot, then our second movement will work somewhere different and we'll just rotate in the areas. I kind of like just to walk away from a session knowing that all areas will be covered. When you look at like the back as a muscle group, there's a lot of diversity there. It's kind of similar to when you train legs. There's a lot of movements you can do in order to make sure that you get the most out of the session. So we still have that in mind, even though the order could be really quite random and kind of organised. It's in a sense of like on paper it wouldn't look neat, but as long as by the end of the day I've done all the exercises I want to do and I've hit the body parts I want to hit, then I'm a happy man. Right now, obviously, things will change once January comes around, but for now it's good enough.
Yeah, that's not. Come on, big man. Good.
Good stuff.
Good.
Nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Counting like I was going to count to 12. How many sets do you want to do on here? I think 2 of this and then maybe 2 with a neutral grip. So 2 like that after. So wide neutral. Wide neutral is a bit more lat, isn't it? So obviously when we're going wide like this, you get a lot of the teres. You kind of get under the armpit, this kind of lat insertion into the armpit. And then what we'll do 2 neutral grip, which will hit a little bit more lower down into the lat. So it's basically like doing a pull down with 2 different handles.
Nice, James. Good.
Next.
Keep them moving. Come on. Nice.
To be fair, we've got the same reps.
You're going to make several, mate.
I only got 20 reps total. 12 and 8. So yeah, we'll do 2 sets with the, it doesn't matter which neutral you do, which you prefer for what which ones. Lovely, man. Come on. That's it. Now you're getting a bit more into like this kind of ground. Nice. Good. Again. Good.
Felt a bit strange.
It's hard though. You'll notice we're not doing any assisted reps because we've actually been told not to do any. So everything, when we fail and that's it. There's no pushing past failure. For this phase in the training, there's literally just go till you are done and then rest and go again on another set. It's good. Just from changing your grip, you can feel you're working different portions of your back. When you've got that pronated grip, it does hit a lot more higher up. As soon as you start to inwards rotate, you start to introduce more of the lower lat. So if you have trouble differentiating how to hit up and lower, overhand you'll hit a bit more upper, neutral or underhand you'll hit a bit more lower. I got 8 as well. Lovely. Better do some rows. What rows do you want to do today, bro?
Where do you want to hit first on that?
Well, we can do. We'll do some lower lat now, so let's do something that's pulling you relatively low.
Do machine.
Yeah, can do. What one do you fancy?
One we used to use, or the one we used to use.
So what's the one we used to use?
That one there, standing up.
Did you try that today? Right, we're going to do a low plate loaded row. Just to now hit a little bit more lower lat. Haven't done it in a while, so let's just go do it, see what it feels. 2 sets. It's 2 sets on everything today, basically. Around about the 8 to 10 mark. And that lets us know we're in the right intensity. You get people coming in, they're back here, and they're going, there's no weight there. You see what you can. It's a really good time in your training now to re-establish form. So I kind of highlighted this on one of my videos as well, where I was saying, like, if you are going to do these periods of refreshing and detox, one thing that you can use the time for is re-establishing form, because obviously you can't go as heavy. So if you do a 6-week PCT, detox, whatever it may be, it's a great time, like I said, to re-establish good practice when it comes to your actual lifting. So things like this right now, obviously we're going quite light, but we're resetting. And then once obviously the new year comes around and we start to progress our lifts, this form is then the form that we take forward with ourselves, and it will be the best form. So that's what I'd probably suggest to people. Lovely. Beautiful. Lovely, look.
Feels so good.
Yeah. Accuracy.
Burn.
Nice. Last one on here, and then I reckon a prone dumbbell, where we can just kind of just really, we'll use that as like our compound.
So heavy.
Yeah, wait there. Alright, let's do it. Big fucking rolls. 1, 2, 3, thick. 4, 5, yeah. 6, good, and again. 7, and again. 8, come on, 2 more. 2 more. 9, another one. Good, man.
Oh, fucking heavy, boy. And there. Yeah. Let's get it. All right. Good. Come on. Beautiful. Keep it moving. And again. Let's go. Come on.
No, son. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. 8. Again. 9. Again. 10. Good. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, boy. Good. Keep it moving, James. That's really hitting in there. Good. Come on. Yes. Come on. Keep working, James. Come on. Beautiful. Yes. Go.
Yeah, come on. To be fair, we've done how many movements now? We've done pull over, pull up, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Really, to be fair, lower back now, isn't it? So, I'll see where Julian's up with his deadlift. My friend Julian's doing some deadlift, so I said I might jump in and do a couple with him.
That's 62, I think.
And then Louis might do, because Louis got a bit of a funny back. What was you going to do, Louis, for your lower back?
I'll probably just do a trap bar.
Trap bar.
So I can use a bit more quad.
Cool, sweet. All right, so that's the goal. We'll move over there and we'll just continue. So I'm going to do some deadlift for lower back. I'm going to do them with like quite a particular form today. Louis is going to do trap bar, just because it doesn't aggravate his back as much. And he can use a little bit more leg, but still get some back. So, jumping in with Big Julian. If you haven't met Julian before, this is, I think you have met Julian before, but if you haven't, now you have. Oi, oi! Just not the only one. Fuck me, man.
Don't want to push it now. Good, James. Come on. Again. Yep.
Just don't move as fast as this young man. It's actually quite a smart thing to do. Train your erectors with like a lower back movement like that, and then counter it with some abdominal work. Now nice. We usually just do four rounds of that, and then that's us.
That's it.
A little bit. I actually like doing that pull down just a bit. Yeah. Who's that? He's got better abs than me, that's what I'm telling him. Little 5-minute cool down on the bike for me personally. He's going to do last set on there, and then we're going to stretch it back out. And that's it. Real gentle workout really, as you can tell. Like I want you to see this, guys, because I want you to see that it's not all full steam ahead, and be realistic for you guys that have got ambitions to be a bodybuilder, to understand that yes, you've got to work hard, but you've also got to understand when you've got to rein things back a little bit, and that is a massive part of the process as well. You'll burn out if you go 100% all the time. And you know, a lot of the false realities that are presented to you on Instagram, social media, is that I'm 100% hardcore all the time. Realistically, that's not the case. You've got to be as hardcore at resting as you are at working when work is needed. And that's where longevity is something that would occur, because you can really put all your efforts into this, and if you continuously do so and you never take a break, you're burning a candle at both ends. And your career as a bodybuilder would be very, very short, and it would be extinguished very, very fast. So again, I have to show this side of everything to you because I want you to understand how to get there. And this is just from personal experience. It may not be the way that everyone does it, but it's my way, and it hasn't really failed me so much yet. And obviously you guys are on my channel to communicate with me, and I just want to be honest with you guys and share some truths. So I really appreciate you coming along. Not a lot more to report. Going to do a little cool down because that's just good for blood pressure, and then we'll be back actually again. We are actually filming again tomorrow. We've got a nice busy schedule, So there'll be plenty of more videos coming to the channel. If there's anything you guys want to see in particular, you either let me or Beck know on Instagram, whatever you want. Comment below some of our posts, or even just hit me up on a DM, and we'll see it done. So thanks again, guys. From me, Big Julian, Louis Moylan, and King's Gym, and Rebecca, of course. We'll see you on the next one. Peace and goodbye.